when you really read about the YouTube algorithm, they talk about people watch the video. Imagine 10 people watch the video and only one hits like. So the video gets a lower ranking. So you have to constantly remind people, hey, do me a favor and like the video. Go back and like all the videos. Like, just go back as much as you can, like a bunch of videos. And the more people that like the videos, then the more people they send you inside the algorithm so that they can see your video. It's a strange thing, but whatever. Listen, we're going to wrap up this show with what I think is a great story. And it's a little peek into who people really are. So, you talk about certain players out there that are doing charitable things, and I think that's amazing. If you can spend your time, your energy, or your finances to try to improve somebody else's life, whether it's a big or small, like a single person or a group of people, I think that's the best thing in the world. When you do it and you ask for publicity, I always find that to be a little bit odd. So, are you doing it, or are you doing it just to get attention? So, I own several businesses, multi-million-dollar businesses, and we would donate a little bit of money along the way to try to help people. I never tried to do it in a way that was a way that people would see it and think that we were trying to get attention. I always felt that was in poor taste. So when I see athletes do it, I always think, oh my God, please do something nice. You have so much money. Do you need the credit for it too? Like, you get credit for everything you do. You're a baseball player. You get a hit, 1 out of every 3 times, and you get a lot of credit. That without 1 out of every 4, you're getting a ton of credit, and you need more credit because you're donating your time. Just go and do it. Just do a good thing. You don't need to advertise it on your social media and things like that. And there are so many nice players out there that do nice things, and some of them are just never talked about. Now, if you don't know who I'm going to talk about next, you should really look up Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson was a wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals. He played for the Patriots. I believe he played for the Dolphins. He played a couple different places, but mainly he was a Cincinnati Bengal. Johnson was one of the most talented receivers of his era, in my opinion. Just an absolute freak of nature. Not from a physically gifted standpoint, not that he wasn't physically gifted, he was, but just from the way he worked, the way he really ran his routes, Chad Johnson was amazing. And he made himself even better. He made himself a much higher profile and made himself a lot of money because he would do nothing but talk. And he was great at self-promotion. At one point, he changed his name to Ocho Cinco, which was his number in Spanish. And he's really, if you look at him on TV, and if you saw him talk on TV at this time, you would think to yourself, well, keep in mind, I'm a Steeler fan too. So when I see a player for another team that I don't like, a team that I don't like, act this way, my first thought is, what a dick. Like, this guy's a jerk, an absolute jerk. And then I had the pleasure of actually meeting Chad on a couple different occasions at an adult cabaret. And Chad was such a nice person, such a gentleman, almost seemed a little bit introverted, very nice, never anything but a really pleasant word for everybody, always smiling. Never a problem as far as the customer went. Came in, spent a little bit of money, had a little bit of fun. I don't even think he drank. I think he would just come in, buy everybody a couple drinks, and then he would talk to everybody, and then he would leave. And he had a couple girls there he'd like to hang out with and whatever. But this is actually coming a couple days ago in a place in Miami. The Chad Ocho Cinco went in and had something to eat, and he left. If you can see this on the screen, for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see it on the screen. If you're listening to the podcast, I'll just tell you there is a receipt on the screen for $34.70, $34.40. Sorry, it's a little far away from me. $34.40, and there is is that 37? Oh, I'm sorry, it's $37.40. I apologize. $37.40, and there is a tip for $1,000 on there. So apparently this is a restaurant called Havana's in Miami that had just opened up, back up after the pandemic. Chad must have been craving some Cuban food, and he went in, and now I'm assuming it's Cuban food named Havana's, but I could be wrong, I guess. He went in, he got the food, he left $1,000 tip, and then he wrote on the bottom, he wrote, "Congrats on the reopening. Sorry about the pandemic. Hope this helps. I love you." And then he signed his credit card. and he left $1,000 for maybe the owner, maybe the waitress. But what an incredibly nice, wonderful thing for a guy to do. I don't know Chad's finances. I don't think they're that strong, to be quite honest with you. But it is just such a nice thing to see that a guy like that went in, didn't ask for anybody's help as far as promoting this. He just went in and did it. And then I guess the server or maybe the restaurant actually posted this online saying that Chad Ocho Cinco came in and did this and didn't ask for a thanks. So because of that, I would feel like even if only one person watched this video and then smashed the like button, even if only one person watched this video or listened to this at home and knew that Chad Johnson did this, I would feel very good. And I'm so grateful that he did this for somebody, whether it's a restaurant owner, and I've owned restaurants before. And let me tell you, if I owned a restaurant right now, when this all went down, I said to my business partner, I said, these places will be lucky if 30 or 40 or 50% don't open again, because restaurants are not built to be closed for 2 or 3 months, even 2 weeks, but it's amazing that he did this. That's really awesome. I love to touch on some really, really nice things along the way, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad you guys got to see this, and I want to thank you so much for listening to this show of the Sports Trader podcast. By the way, I just want to remind everybody again, this show is powered by sportstradingsystems.com. It's a website that I developed around a product that I created called Score Metrics. You can go there right now and read all about it. You can't buy it. It's not available for sale yet, but you can go there and look at it. You could also look at a book that I wrote. It's called The Score Metrics. It's called The Score Metrics Secret. I blanked out there for a second. It's called Zero Correlation Investing, the Score Metrics Secret. It's all about my method of investing, which is based around a brand new market. It's a secret market that isn't really so secret. I've developed an investing system that works with sports. It's not gambling. It just uses back-tested historical data and information. It finds algorithms inside of patterns that we use to exploit by investing inside those algorithms, and the bookmakers can't find it out. We find profits every year upon year upon year upon year. I've back-tested models that show profit after profit after profit. Score Metrics, the idea of sports trading has changed my life personally. I used to own businesses. I used to work my ass off. I used to kill myself at these places. And now I live a life that's actually fairly fun, fairly luxurious. All I do is travel and party around the world. And in between, I do these podcasts, and I also do sports trading. So if you'd like to learn more, go to my website, check it out. I look forward to entertaining you guys a little bit more with this going on. If you like the show, by the way, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Same channel, same place.